This is gonna be something a little different. It's gonna be talking about Madden 16, and today they talked about May 28th franchise mode, and I'm just gonna be reading some things or telling you what they're adding into the franchise, at least what they've shown so far. And they talked about how you can get into the franchise and create it faster, like picking your coach or player, stuff like that. Like you pick if it's offline or online, like usual. They're calling the cloud the online now. So, and then you select your team, and then you customize your person, I guess. And they talked about these dynamic drive goals, which it just looks like it's pretty similar to goals in a franchise. Actually, I always go to my one franchise. I have a create team, Marshalls right here, and I'm gonna go to like player goals, and it's really kind of broken in this one. I think it's it looks. I think it's here. We'll fill in the right area. This seems like team goals. See, like you have like stuff like this, and in franchise mode, you're playing like 5-minute quarters and stuff. You're never gonna get the 75 tackles. I mean, maybe you can. I mean, you can. I'm just saying it's usually. And the running and passing yards super easy to get for linemen, so you pretty much get these every time. Quarterback, like the touchdown goal is pretty easy. Like that's an easier goal right there, but there's some ridiculous ones. Like the catching one is pretty hard, especially for all your receivers. Rushing yards not bad. Like it's just this, and it seems like they're just overhauling it. So, whatever. And the interception goal, they're way too high. I mean, to get 7 for all your players, 7 is usually in real life very, very high, or maybe even number 1. So to get 7 for like all your defensive backs is unrealistic. So I think they're fixing that up a little bit. Don't really know. And they're doing all kinds of goals, like in-game goals, like the weekly goals they've had. Talked all about that. There's weekly goals, and then the goal loading screen, which is something they added. And what I like they did, I'm gonna go to the depth chart. If you play Ultimate Team, it's gonna look like that now for your franchise. You're not gonna have like this. And hopefully, it looks pretty good actually. It looks like the Ultimate Team thing. How that is. It's like slots, not cards exactly, but their face in the picture in a blue box. And that looks actually fine. I don't know if that's gonna be in game, like if you go to your depth chart and do that, if you're like in a game. So yeah, and then you click on your player instead of like in depth chart. Well, if I go to roster, if you click on your player, let's say Khalil Mack, like you get these tackle stats. This view player card, I don't think it's just going to show stats. But what they do when you click on them, it looks like it's going to show like all their best stats. Like for like Russell Wilson here, it shows his throw power, throw and run, play action, all his passing stats, speed, agility, like all that kind of stuff. Like 15 stats of what is important to that position. And then, which is kind of good, so you don't have to like scroll like this and find all the important stats because they're laid out weirdly when you're at all. The scouting has changed. Let me go to scouting. So Madden 16, instead of scouting like this, I don't know how much I like this or not, but you're not scouting stats anymore. Like your first stat, you know what round he is, and then if you click on them instead of this, you're gonna have, if you pay like. The point system isn't going to be scouting points, it looks like. And like it says like 3 points you can buy, like to know what type of player it is or something like that. I don't know exactly, but the final thing you buy them all, is overall. So there's like, looks like 3 points. It might be 5. It's very small. And then 7, and then like 15 or something. So you use your points, and you don't have to go all the way and buy them. You can just figure out what kind, like a round is overall. It's similar to buying the overall, but you don't have to buy these stats anymore. And I don't know how much I like that, but I like what they're doing. The combine stats, each player for free. You don't have to buy them anymore. You can see his 40-yard dash, his bench press, his vertical jump, 3-cone drill, 20-yard shuffle, and the broad jump. You get this all for every single player. And again, it looks like they're going to have made-up people, similar to these guys. So that's kind of cool. And then there's draft feedback. As soon as you select the player, they're going to tell you all the stats right when you pick them in the draft. You know, when you go into the, that draft mode where it shows each team in order. So when you select them, you know everything. They give you everything. You don't have to get back out, look at your depth chart after the draft. You know it right after you pick them, so you know if it's a good pick or not, and then they give you feedback if it is a good pick or not. And another thing, I don't know how much this is somewhat useful. It's called Sim-A-Win. So I guess if you're in an online league and someone's not playing their game and this guy wants to play and he's waiting, you don't have to sim the weekend and say, it's gonna be random if you win or you lose. Instead, you can just give them the win. You can sim them the win pretty much. And how much I like that, I don't know. It's good for some people. Some other people might not like it because the commissioner has all control. If he can sim win for him, he doesn't have to ever play. So I don't know how much people will like that. And another thing, they're adding practice mode back into your franchise mode like they had in last year's game, Madden 25. But it looks like it's not going to count as any XP, which is fine. I mean, I would like to have that in this. But in 25, they had it for XP. It was pretty much the game prep. Looks like the game prep's staying too. So now you can just practice, free practice anytime with your team, which is pretty good. And they're going to have confidence again. It looks like it's not going to be as much of a factor. Like you're not going to have these incredible stat boosts. But that's really it they have shown on the franchise mode. And I'm just reading this article. I don't know if there's a video or not on this. But thanks for watching and bye.